Hey, welcome back everyone to Slashback 2025. I'm Shubu, joined here by Shie.
Yo, what up?
We're doing Granblue Top 24, really exciting games. Up first, we got Usagi on player 1 versus Kimo on player 2.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty exciting matchup. Usagi came in all the way from Spain. Obviously, top player in Europe. Got top 8 at EVO, the first year Granblue was at EVO.
Right.
Kimo, NorCal player, I believe. NorCal, actually PNW, sorry. PNW player. Pretty exciting game. Actually, right before this, Kimo beat Zenith, who is the Grimnir player from Japan.
Oh, okay.
Usagi does play Grimnir.
Yeah.
It was like a 2-0, so
yeah.
pretty exciting to see.
Pretty dominating, but it can go pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty exciting to see if it was like a matchup thing or like a player thing.
Yeah.
And see if Usagi's ready for it, because I know that she also plays the lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing about this game is that if you have the right read on someone, right, especially if you're playing a character like Grimnir, I mean, the offense can go really crazy, really fast.
Yeah, like if you get one touch, the round can basically be over, right? Because like the 50-50 high-low, if you get strong, you're basically dead.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of like positional awareness, kind of try to mitigate that, but see how much that matters here. This could be well, it doesn't look like a button check because they are doing a fist bump, but
yeah. Maybe Usagi wants to go Bilal for it. She was really well known for the Bilal too, so that might be what she's going for here.
Very solid character. Maybe doesn't have to get too stuck in the mud in that kind of low-aim matchup, but we'll see how they go.
He does have a good defense too, which is pretty important against Lane, who his offense can be really, really strong if you don't have tools to deal with it.
Right.
But if you can, then it defangs it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this Loin has like a sick hair color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
So they're letting the intros rock, so I think they're just going straight into it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I think
on-screen button check. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Here we go, top 24 of Slashback, Granblue versus Rising, starting right away.
Yeah, right there, Usagi getting the far H, immediately calling out on the summon. Pretty good tool for Bilal.
Yeah, Kimo already used counter, so can't counter there.
But the counter right there instead.
It's a really cool option that they added that you can kind of have an ultimate skill even though, you're on cooldown. So it's something that you have to watch out for in this version of the game.
As long as you have meter, there's always a way out. So here, Kimo does have meter though, so we'll have to hold this mix-up on wake up.
Okay. A throw bait.
Oh, gonna get big combo off of this counter.
Nice, some character-specific stuff right here. Counter again. Very nice.
Good awareness against the fireball.
Oh.
No, guard button right there and throw. Yeah. One more hit will seal the deal for Usagi.
Okay, just backing off. Okay, dodges that. But they both dodge. They trade ultimate skill projectiles.
From the DP, but doesn't quite get the punish.
Yeah, good bait on that. But, that's one of those things that, like, you change the timing with, like, a light DP, and then things can go kind of crazy like that.
Kimo had full control of that situation at the end, when the summon's already out. And jumping in, sending Usagi all the way back, holding up the pressure.
Good block here. The counter.
Usagi getting a lot of jumps over these rockets, and not quite able to get that anti-air right there.
Ooh, caught to do something.
Corner around. Kimo is down 1 PP, so Usagi might go for super. No, instead goes for the hard knockdown.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, anti-fuzzy match option with the JU.
Get the 100-meter, can probably finish it off.
Not quite. No super, but does go into HP. Yeah, you can actually die during this, but messes it off.
Oh, yeah. Mistime that maybe?
Yeah, mistime the throw and gets punished with Usagi's throw of her own.
Yeah, that Usagi at 1-0.
Kimo taking a little bit to get a sip of water, stay hydrated, think about what went wrong in the match. I think it was actually pretty close. Like, there were just a couple errors from Kimo's part, I would say.
I think you can see there's a bit of like they're playing a little bit rushed maybe, like especially near the end there, or even at previous round as well.
Yeah, definitely. Big anti-air starter right there. Ooh, drops the 2 and 4 actually. Just busting out with the bros right there.
Oh, they both dodge.
Oh, backdashes into the fireball actually. A big starter.
Yeah. Good tech there. Let's get the back throw.
Gets it.
Oh no, I thought he got a back throw. Good reaction to that.
Yeah, so the thing about the wheel, though, is even if you dodge it, Lewin is actually still plus.
Yeah, but no refund, right?
Yeah, definitely. Far H, once again, gets the confirm off the far right.
Expect this to kill.
Nice micro optimization with the 6XL close light, close M super, just to use up all those juggle points.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, sometimes you just want to practice it. Like, if you try to make the combo simpler, sometimes you, like, end up making it worse.
Yeah.
You don't know the timing.
Yeah.
Just do the good combo.
Gets the air unblockable.
Okay, goes low. Little pressure here, good. Challenge from Usagi, but it's counted out as well.
Yeah. Oh, goes to the command grab, makes it out with the 5U. That's a good option right there, because Kimo showed that she was able to parry the JU earlier, or the 5U.
Spending some BP here. Okay, the challenge again by 2M.
Gets a side swap here.
Whoa.
Backdash, oh, and a spot drop right there.
Oh, yeah, kind of a scramble here, but not enough to kill. Tried to guard cancel maybe.
Gets that far sweep, and Usagi takes it 2-0 over Kimo.
Yeah, got a little sloppy there at the end, both players.
Yeah,
the game state got a little messed up there, but
yeah, definitely. But I think Usagi's showing like good awareness with that far heavy, right? That's a really important button in this matchup, where whenever Lewin summons at close range, you have to call it out with the far heavy, otherwise he's super plus from all the summons covering him.
Exactly. Yeah, you can kind of challenge that, like just by putting something like one of the best normals in like range wise, like right in front of you. Yeah,
definitely. And it's really fast too.
Yeah. So great stuff from Usagi. Let's see who will be next up on us. So this is top 24. We're running it all the way to top 8 today. So that'll be right after this on the main stage. But until then, we'll be running all those Granblue versus matches here.
Yeah. So up next, we have Koji Coco versus PP Man. So Koji Coco, obviously, if you've been following this game at all, you know him, Arc World Tour finalist. He's the only finalist that won 2 Platinum events, actually passing that second place onto Monarch. And then PP Man, actually from our region, SoCal, Fairy player. I think this will probably be either Belial or Beatrix from Koji Coco against Fairy from PP Man. Some cool lore about PP Man. He used to be like a pro League of Legends player.
Many such cases.
Yeah. And he had like a basically career-ending hand injury, and he got a newfound joy for like competing because of simple inputs in Granblue. Makes it easier for him to execute stuff. So he's really been enjoying that grind. It's really awesome to see him growing, starting from never really playing any fighting games and swapping over.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, like, I know a lot of people do end up with debilitating injuries from fighting games as well, but there is an ergonomic way to play. So, it's important to think about sometimes.
Yeah, with like all the new controllers, all the new control schemes, it makes it easier for a lot of different people who like may not be able to execute like they used to, able to play.
Yeah, and I think one thing to note about, just later, like, it's the second season, more or less, right, of Granblue versus Rising. And, for those of you who don't know, Fairy is back for this one. If this is your first time tuning into Granblue in this new patch, yeah, Fairy's back, guys.
Yeah, she, I think the biggest changes were she got the 7-frame far light that's -2, really strong mash out button.
Yeah.
That at certain ranges when you're challenging buttons will let you combo into her light width. So when she's cornered, she can pull them in and side swap, which is a huge deal.
Yeah, it's really big because like a lot of times characters that get forced into a corner don't have a way to side swap. But, now that Fairy has something like that, she can easily kind of flip just by getting one correct interaction, she can kind of flip the script on you.
Yeah, and then she, obviously, she has really strong mix-up game with her high-low and the GG locking you down. So once you're put in that corner, it's really hard to get out, and you're going to end up taking a lot of damage from it.
Yeah, oftentimes it kind of devolves into very high-risk, high-reward kind of situations, which gets really, really sloppy for a lot of players. Like, you kind of just, like, do something crazy to get out the high-low mix-up, and sometimes it works, too. Like, you put Fairy in a bad situation as well, but it really just depends on how each player wants to deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if these two have played before, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how they go into it. Koji Coco actually going with the Belial.
Okay. See the vision there. Very, a character that's basic but has like a good reversal is pretty good against Fairy a lot of the time. You can kind of fight it out the way the developers intended with like your normals and projectiles, but having like a good reversal that kind of flip the momentum is also really important.
Yeah, he also he has some nice tools for getting in, right? He has the safe on block 668 which is basically like kind of a lariat. And at space range, it also can be plus or even, which ends up being plus against Fairy with their frame data. And he has that really fast far H that advances forward, which can get him out of situations and like challenge her, which he tries to use the far light.
Yeah, you put her, you kind of like, there is like a bit of a priority system, right? So it tie goes to the heavier button in this game.
Right. That was actually one of the big changes that Fairy also got in the last patch too, was all of her buttons went up a priority level.
That makes sense. So they're so slow.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so in the original, I believe, like a long time ago, this is a change that they did where they lowered the priority on all of her normal so that you could crush them with the same strength. But now they brought it back up again.
Yeah.
Just because of how the game has shifted.
Exactly.
And he is, in fact, locking in the Beatrix.
Okay. That makes sense. I think Beatrix has a lot of forward advancing moves. Can be just really strong in terms of like just throwing it out there, you know? And she's just huge damage too, right? So you can kind of go band for band with Fairy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, she gets in really easily, and once she gets in, she can kill Fairy in basically 2 touches really consistently.
Okay, very respectful start here.
Already putting the corner now from the 236L. Plus on block, sending out the GG, and just checking with that far low.
Yeah, not really willing to commit on anything here, but just taking the damage for what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whip punch is the fireball with her fireball of her own.
Has the corner position here. Flash. Ooh,
no confirm though.
Yeah.
And TV's out of there.
Back to mid-screen. Bit equal on resources more or less. Ultimate GG.
Yeah, there it is again. The ultimate GG calling out the riding free because it travels along the ground, so we'll hit her and gets a hard knockdown to set up.
Ooh, bait. Spends the BP there. Block drill looks minus, but
no punish.
Yeah.
Pulling him back in the corner once again.
Wow, gutsy.
Yeah.
But in this situation, you can't fight your way out of the corner. You have so much resources.
Chip. DC'd out, and he does have Delta Clock available now, so next hit will kill Fairy with 1 BP.
Ooh. Okay,
0 BP now,
0
but
PP,
back to neutral.
At least on that note, like not much different in terms of how much damage you would take on a super combo, but overhead.
Oh, catches him with the frame trap into the heavy hula hoop.
Yeah, cute little frame trap there. Chip was starting to become a factor too, right?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You block that, you're probably within chip range sooner or later.
Yeah, and it also pushes you back out full screen.
Okay. Good tech on that throw.
I like PPM's usage of 2M to go low to stop riding free from getting in for free under her buttons.
Yeah, it feels risky too because like you're not getting a lot for this hit, but you just have to force your opponent.
Backdash.
Back to the corner, spends more meter for the hard knockdown.
Yep. Going for a light GG setup here. Just BC's out.
Yeah, trying to bend it, bring her out of there. But BC's back out as well.
That chip once again becoming a huge factor.
Yeah, and that's kind of how Fairy kind of enforce their game plan, right? If you are too scared to go in, here comes GG kind of thing.
Yeah.
But with that, Coach Goku gets that corner position.
Oh, Dawson combo actually gets back thrown into the corner.
Yeah, double backdash out of the corner.
Just making space. I like this plan. You have a huge life lead, just stay out of there.
Yeah.
And farm meter for these UGGs.
Yeah, another hit. Force the block this GG as well. Chip is starting to become a real factor here. Nice patience right there. Dodges that ultimate skill fireball. More chip. Guard cancel.
It's still so scary, right? Because Beatrix gets 1 hit and Fairy is going to die.
Final guard cancel. This is really scary, but able to weather the storm and just poke out of Koji Koko's offense there.
Chip was getting to be a really big deal right there. PP Man showing a lot of no cancels, so to prevent Koji Koko from reading it with a roll, right?
Yeah.
But right there at the end, seeing Koji Koko walk blocks for so long, going for that light whip and taking the round.
Yeah, just really, really good patience there. I do think that we didn't really see any kind of like really risky plays from Coach Koko there, and that might have been they're not able to disrupt PP Man's rhythm right now. Yeah. Like that's kind of like the big thing where you're playing against a character like Fairy. On paper, like they have all the right tools as long as you're matching timing right. So you really have to kind of do something a little crazy. I like the option of switching to Belio.
Yeah. And right here, he has a lot more mix-up game with his fireball, so he can play more full screen with Fairy instead.
Goes low. Ooh. Yeah. Saw a lot of those previous matches as well.
has 100 meter now. Just stand still.
I like it.
With a far heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has so much advantage with that far heavy because nothing Fairy can press really right there because of how fast it is. Back dash again, trying to bait the throw. Okay.
Drill?
Yeah. Counter hits him this time. It looked a little bit ambiguous, but it was slightly low enough that she was the plus.
It's also about spacing too, right? Are you in close L spacing or not?
Oh, goes for the reset into the overhead. Not
like
a lot of damage, but pushing him into the corner.
Yeah, I like that. Tag there. I think BC was in range, but didn't commit to it.
Oh, these
ultimate.
Catches him jumping. These spot dodges really scary against the fireball, right? It led to that situation off the spot dodging fireball.
Yeah, just too many minus frames off of it.
He didn't have meter there, but I'd like to see him try to use some ultimate whips to get through the fireballs.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Back in the corner again. TV's out, back to neutral.
Yeah.
Little grab, no jump.
A little better than neutral just because of how good Bailey's normals are.
Yeah, definitely.
Max anti-air.
Doesn't quite land into the GG. Doesn't last long enough. Okay. Training the BC.
Yeah, I'll take some of that meter. Corner pressure here. Fireball string, but no more EX Fireball.
Really scary situation to be in. Just so much pressure here.
Man weathering the storm again.
Oh, no punish on the 214H.
Okay. Ooh, big throw.
Koji Gogo is running out of resources. No counter hit. Put in the corner. This
there
really
it is. That
counter
hit. The counter hit L, like you mentioned. Switch the sides. Ultimate.
Oh, nice roll there to get through the fireball this time. Good adjustment.
Nice. Good punish.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, spends the BC.
This should kill. With a heavy up dog. Takes the kill.
Really good situational awareness right there.
PP Man now on set point.
I'm playing so solid right now.
Okay. Runs right into the whip. Back in the corner once again.
Frame trap. You feel it though, like you feel like the kind of impatience that comes out once you get pushed out by Fairy.
Yeah. Nice camera manipulation right there. Koji Gogo trying to walk out of the heavy GG.
Yeah.
And then, is he having controller issues? That is so unfortunate.
Not like this. I was like, wow, they're really walking backwards right now.
He might have had the 8-minute timer from PS4 control on PS5.
Ah, yeah, timed out, yeah.
Oh, that is so tragic. That situation was so good from it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I really like the back walk with the heavy GG out, because usually what happens is the GG comes out and you want to walk backwards out of it. So Fairy moves backwards herself to shift the camera over and lock them into the GG.
Right. That's crazy. Was it really 8 minutes?
Yeah, so this is the thing where on PS5, a lot of PS4 only controllers actually do work, but after 8 minutes without an adapter, they time out.
Yeah.
That's super unfortunate. I would assume that Koji Gogo probably takes the round off of that, which means they tie it up 1-1. Huge tempo downswing for him. That's so unfortunate. Sucks to see that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that is what happens, you know. That's like, I used to use a lot of custom sticks back in the day as well. And then that made me want to just go industry standard, even if I was like, well, I know this is probably not as good as my full custom, but I kind of just want like a standard issue thing here, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you don't have to worry about like anything breaking, and even if something does break, you'll have replacement parts really easily accessible.
Yeah. Okay, so right back into it.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't shake him up too much. I know it's really hard to deal with a situation like that in tournament, but hopefully he can keep up the momentum.
Yeah, I get better when I get a little break. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but I mean, he was kind of playing pretty hot, so. Yeah. And it gives more time for Koji Gogo to think and kind of figure him out, right? Because it's kind of on Koji Gogo to figure out the neutral.
That's absolutely right. With this big corner combo here, corner pressure, good block.
Pressure mount slightly.
Clash. Yeah. The pressures are pretty negative for Fairy. She is so slow.
Yeah, I think she was trying to buffer a special move of some sort, but it wasn't invincible, and so not ready for the clash.
Okay, low on BC, like loses the BC there.
Dying to one more throw, and there's that throw.
You probably want to see you like kind of just do it, right? Just throw a BC out just to see what happens. But
yeah.
Tough break here for PB Man. Can he pull it out here? Okay,
Oh, catches the roll, puts him in the corner.
I like that throw bait. Whip punish.
Now locked into the GG from crouching. Oh, rolls again. That's actually really scary. You're going to take a huge punish from that.
But good timing on that throw. Back
Reversal throw. Yeah, PB Man not really doing anything other than reversal throw, and Koji Coco not properly addressing that.
It's really interesting though. Like PB-Man's going for a lot of like backdash kind of mix-ups, but I feel like those are pretty scary to bail out because of his reach. But it's worked out so far.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of how PB Man likes to play fairies. He likes to make as much space as possible because he wants to play as far away. Like right now, doing the hula hoop to just keep him out. Doing another hula hoop, hits him, should get the kill here.
Great spacing there, good whip punish.
Yeah. Ties it up, now they're both at set point.
It'll be a real pivotal game here. Winner will advance in winners, and he's unfortunately will have to go down and lose the bracket. Okay. Very patient here. 5L. Whip
with the fireball.
Nice run pass.
Yeah. Remembering the camera. Oh, dodges the BC
Big
there.
dodge.
Losing a brave point.
Yeah, big combo. A lot of mental damage here, right? I think my BC got baited. Okay.
Anti-fuzzy match. Doesn't bite.
Oh, that frame trap.
Yeah. He was actually negative, but that close medium comes out on 6 frames at the close hit.
Which is faster than Fairy's far out. Good round there for Koji Coco.
Yeah, excellent play from Koji Coco and making that adaptation. Unfortunate that that controller issue happened because it was really, really close.
Right. You just never know.
I'm sure he's never forgetting his adapter again.
Yeah. It's just a tough beat, right? Like it's one of those things that it's preventable, but then sometimes like you just forget. Like it's round 0, you know?
Yeah. Definitely, but I think sometimes you just have to kind of learn the hard way, and then you find out, I gotta remember my adapter for next time.
Yeah,
I got handed this Siegfried from someone in the crowd, so say hello to Siegfried.
I think you should tape your adapter to Siegfried, and then like kind of like, you know, then you have to plug Siegfried into your controller.
Yeah, definitely. So up next we got. That's Elsa versus Salt. So yeah, Elsa obviously Arc World Tour finalist. Salt another SoCal player.
I think they won the previous Slashback, right? Elsa did.
Yeah, Elsa did win the last Slashback.
Yeah.
Salt's from SoCal, probably one of the strongest players actually in SoCal. Although he hasn't really had a lot of significant tournament performances.
Right.
He is really young, so you know obviously there's like a lot of like nerves and stuff like that.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to just playing on stage even, right, for the first time.
Yeah, definitely.
Just get a little like nervous, just like you don't know what's gonna happen, and like you know there is some different hardware stuff going on when you plan to play that. You have to like really lock into the experience, but sometimes it doesn't matter though. Like if you've played enough, then sometimes like you just can come in and perform as like to the best of your ability.
Yeah, definitely. So this matchup will probably be Versusia versus Jita. Salt does have a couple other characters. He's kind of like a Shoto player, so he can take out the Percival or maybe like Anila, which he really likes playing too. But I do think it will be the Jita. That's probably his strongest character, and he really enjoys playing that character.
Jita is pretty solid.
Yeah. It will be like a little bit of a hard matchup just because Jita's reach is a little bit shorter than Versusia's, and Versusia has really good keep out game.
Yeah, Versusia is kind of an interesting character because it's your classic big body character that isn't a grappler, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like everything's so huge, so active.
Yes.
So yeah, it's one of those characters that wasn't really in Granblue up until now.
Yeah, and
I guess Basaraga to some extent, but he's a stance character.
Yeah, I mean he like feels kind of like a grappler because it's like once he gets in, it's really scary.
Yeah, the stance grappler.
Yeah, but then she's definitely more like she leans probably more towards zoning than rushdown. I would say. Although her offense is like definitely very, very scary. She has the plus on block 2L.
Which is not, I mean, like a lot of characters don't have that anymore.
Yeah, they basically, I think she is the only character with a plus on block 2L in this game now.
Yeah, that's like shades of vanilla.
Oh, actually, Elsa also mentioned playing Cagliostro as well. So this could, I think this is a button check. I would be very surprised if this is the characters that the two of them decide to lock in.
Cagliostro is very annoying. Probably like one of the most annoying kind of characters to place in tournament because just dealing with all the air mobility, teleports, and such. It's really annoying to deal with at the tournament nerves level.
Yeah. So like, it is looking like a button check.
I need a character. I need a pocket character that kills Cagliostro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's your recommendation?
I think Siegfried's really good. I played against Zangief Dream, actually, the Japanese Cagliostro that came in. I did pretty well with Siegfried. I think he's like a really stable character with a good anti-air, good far light. Really addresses a lot of tag strengths. But we are seeing the Versusia versus the Jita, the expected matchup.
Okay.
So Versusia doesn't have a multi-hitting fireball, but she has the pillar that can hit you behind your fireball. And Jita has the slow traveling heavy fireball. So if she's able to get that out, she can run in behind it, and Versusia can't really do anything. But Versusia can hit it before she starts running, like before it comes out with the pillar.
It's like rock paper scissors that only exists in fighting games because it's time based, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to like Solution, where it's like I did it so I win. It's really more like who did it at the correct time.
Yeah.
Or who's gutsier, really.
Yeah. And there's probably there's a lot of like reactive tools for Versusia because she can get through other fireballs with like ultimate specials, while Jita doesn't really have a way to get through the zoning, so she just kind of has to use system mechanics to get in.
Appreciate the intro.
Yeah, really, honestly,
are we not gonna get Shiva because they put a different like multi-arm character in? Do you think?
Well, I mean, Shiva's like he's like a spear character, right? So like maybe they could still do it.
I guess they prepared a multi-arm character just in case.
Yeah, they have the rig for it now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Going with the 6-6M right away.
Okay. Like the dodge there.
Lariat just mashes out of the Lariat, mashes on negative frames. Oh, there's the pillar against the fireball right there.
Okay. I like the just guard from Salsa. I take any little advantage you can get with that meter.
Yeah, definitely. Wins the 6-10, takes a bunch of damage for troubles. Lariat right there.
They're just so quick.
In the corner.
Meter for super.
Yep. That should take the first round for Elsa. Salt's not getting any hits other than that first 6-6M to start off the round.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it's really scary just dealing with Versusia, who's like way back there, and then suddenly she's like so close to you.
Yeah, she may have a really slow dash startup, but she has such a fast
that move.
And the lariats too, make it safe on block with the U stock. 6-6M once again.
I
Gets
like
a
it.
hit with the far right stagger.
Good confirm. This is kind of how Jita works too, right? She's just really, really solid, puts her in the corner.
Yeah. The only thing is her damage is kind of low versus she has a lot of health, so it's going to take so many more hits to actually kill her.
When you have this lockdown situation here, it is pretty hard for Versusia to kind of fight out of the corner.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, like, you want a little bit more space so you can be in the effective range of her kind of fast special moves.
Yeah, especially with that close light that she has. Oh, catches the BC with the 5U bait.
Yeah, force you to do a BC while you're not blocking, so you end up with the wrong move pretty much.
Yeah, get the Raging Strike to come out. Cashes out into super, should be able to kill all of this.
Yeah, just that overall advantageous situation, just milking it out for everything it's worth. But just that like mid-close range is completely all Jita.
Yeah, definitely. And Salt's doing a good job like mixing up the timing, so Elsa doesn't really know when they can mash out of that.
Nice. Counter hit there. Back in this situation again. Salt last time was able to get a really big dominating win here, but good challenge from Elsa.
Yeah, that 5-0 is so strong because there's no proximity on it, so she always gets it and she gets auto combo off of it. Barely misses the whip punish. She gets the whip punish this time.
But this times it.
Yeah.
Thrown. DP block.
But not punish. Drops the punish and gets BC'd out.
BC again. Really aggressive here by Salts. Okay.
Back in the corner once again with the torque pressure. Gets the hit.
Good old 6-6-0. Okay. EXDP.
Gets the conversion off with that. Goes into super. Just getting all the cooldowns back, getting the diamond back. They're both at 2 diamonds now.
Yeah, I like that because this match could go on for a bit longer if you do lose out on offense here.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. To win the resource battle.
Almost died off of that. Almost died twice. Salt's definitely
I guess, yeah, Elsa kind of scrambled. It had 2 like potential confirms right there, but when that happens, sometimes you just try something and That jumped right into that Raging Strike.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Like, it's a situation where you know that you were right, but you still lost, but it always feels terrible.
Yeah. And like sometimes like when, that's the thing about fighting games is that like sometimes like when it gets really scrambly, sometimes like the person who's just got the right thing at the right time can win out there.
Also taking a moment, taking a breather, obviously definitely gotta chill out a bit after that. That's gotta, don't let it affect your nerves or anything.
Yeah. I do think they had the opportunity to win that round, right? So
yeah,
just gotta remember that that game was definitely winnable and just go from there.
Believe in victory.
All right, here we go.
Engage.
Starting the round off with the 6XL and the charge fireball, putting him in the corner. Going for a throw.
Super jump throw. Late tech.
Oh, there's the ultimate fireball as a counter poke.
Yeah, used it really effectively in the first round as well, right? So just right in this range where it beats any normal because it's a fireball.
Yeah. And it's just so good at keeping Versucci in that corner state. Stocks up, pushes him back to neutral.
Oh, 6-8
trades.
Yeah.
Blocks the lariat.
Okay, just wants the offense here. Nice back dash.
Yeah, catches the DP. Should be enough to kill with super in stock.
Keep it easy.
This super is so cool to watch. I love watching this super. The way the hit stop happens is so satisfying. It like pauses in between each weapon.
Yeah, just for the real Granbluers to know. Like, oh yeah, remember this weapon that you grinded?
Yeah.
Engage.
6-0 whips.
Nice. Ah!
Just a little bit too far. Yeah, there's where Jita's stubby range comes into play.
Oh, good corner pressure here. Just gets a small combo.
There's the ultimate fireball. Catches the fuzzy mash.
Yeah, just so good against pretty much anything else that wants to do that isn't blocking or dodging.
Yeah, because of the screen freeze, if you actually fuzzy mash and like press a button right there, it catches it.
What a bait.
Back dashes the BC.
The XDP into super.
Yeah, there it is. And Soft taking a 2-0 over Elsa.
Really clean right there. There's like such powerful corner pressure right there, right? Just able to hold Elsa in the corner and basically using that ultimate fireball really effectively.
Yeah, definitely. It's again, like earlier I was saying, it's really strong because if you do anything other than block, your fuzzy mash comes out, like your delay mash and try to tech a throw, it ends up hitting you, and then it's her strongest starter, right? She gets a close heavy, like cash out into anything, does like 70%.
Yeah, build back the meter too, right? Because it's just a raw hit instead, so it's really big.
Yeah, so taking a little bit to get off the stage. I think we've got, let's see who we've got up next. I think the next match should be Ryazo versus Potapon.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ryazo, he got third at Arc World Tour. And then Potapon, a really, really strong Japanese player. I actually just lost them in bracket right before this. He is also the Gundam Redacted champion along with Zenith. So he's definitely riding the high off of that, trying to see if he can get two medals today. 2 trophies, I guess.
2 trophies, yeah. Definitely possible. Potapon is not a reference I've heard in quite some time.
Yeah, classic video game.
Yeah, showing age, really.
It's like, Ryazo, obviously, most people in NA know him. Potapon, really strong Zoe player from Japan. As far as like their history goes, Potapon started fighting games with Vanilla Granblue, actually. I first met him in 2022. That was around when he had started. Ryazo, obviously coming from a couple different games, probably most well-known, aside from Granblue, obviously, for BB Tag.
Right.
I think he also won BB Tag at the Arc World Tour side tournament. Definitely a really strong player in a lot of games. Plays 6. It'll be exciting to see like how these things go, because Ryazo doing really, really well against a couple of the other like solid Japanese players. Like he's pretty well known for being the Gamera Slayer.
Right.
Gamera did end up getting his run back, but Ryazo has taken him out at Evo and once at Arc World Tour. And Potapon obviously like has a more, I think like as far as like there is sort of like a NA versus Japan like playstyle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ryazo definitely is an American, like it's a lot more like reads based, like I know what you're gonna do, so I'm gonna beat it. And then Patapon, the Japanese playstyle, is more of like a wait and react.
Read
like,
and react, yeah. It
And
kind of,
go ahead.
yeah, because like a lot of, I think in this game there is a bit of player expression, like whether you want to kind of like enforce your will or if you want to kind of like read and react to what your opponent does. Yeah,
definitely. I think waiting and reacting is like very scary because of the threat of a lot of like special moves or like 6XL, making it really hard to deal with those things. So then making reads is really, really important in this game, but then also the damage is so high, right? And Ryazo plays a low health character that one wrong read and you could be losing the round.
Yeah. I think it's pretty interesting because like Zoe, pretty rare character these days, I would say. Completely changed in playstyle in Rising, so really more of like a kind of like a character who does like pretty high level baits, I would say. Character with an interesting projectiles, very different frame data from a lot of other characters.
I think she has a really strong corner lockdown with the Light Dragon, right? You can't really challenge her. It doesn't do very much chip damage or anything, so it is like not quote-unquote scary, but everyone has like a mental blocking meter, right? And I think Zoe drains that meter the fastest.
I could see that, yeah. I think that in general, like again, like the frame data on her projectile is so different from other characters. But yeah, if you do get tagged, it does lead to huge damage, especially if you get baited out in a certain way, right? So like if you get hit by breath or something, it's just like a billion damage. So
and if you do like just kind of sit there, she ends up charging dragon, so she can keep doing it to you if you let it go.
So it's just one of those things where it kind of depends on how you want to react to resource, or if you react at all, right? Sometimes it's better to be completely not deal with the resource at all and just ignore it. But we'll see how it goes here.
Yeah, definitely. So going to it with the 6 versus the Zoe. This matchup is like pretty interesting because 6's buttons interact really well with Zoe's buttons. But Zoe has really strong answers to a lot of 6's tools. Like her heavy DP beats any air action that 6 decides to take.
Because it's not a real DP. It's like a delayed uppercut. It's like a delayed anti-air, I would say.
It's really good as an anti-air.
So because of that, it's just one of the best anti-airs. It like kind of tracks opponents in a way. It's just so huge.
And like it does become invulnerable once she leaves the ground, so you can get through the air fireball from 6.
And what's also awesome is that if you read it wrong completely, it's plus on block. Here's some big offense from Razo in the corner.
Going for the empty jump anti-fuzzy match. No bites.
Counters it.
That is a really good answer against the DP, but just going for another DP and getting under it. Actually going for the 6XL right there.
Good confirm.
Jump back, gets hit with the 2M.
Fires it back right away. Not really allowing Patapon to ever have full advantage.
Ryazo
what it feels like.
Ryazo just has a total control of the flow of the match, so kind of doing whatever he wants while Patapon's options keep getting more and more restricted.
I do think that that is one of the things about Zoe is that her normals, she doesn't have like a fast mid-range move. Like she's got some good mid-long moves, like that one, but just in a specific space, she's a little bit vulnerable.
Catches the clone right there with the fireball, but doesn't go to it, so is okay.
Low on dragon here.
Goes for the BC, doesn't quite get the parry this time. Gets the hit into the reset.
Spending BC.
And gets the Rekka back just in time for the corner combo.
BC's out, dragon is down. So no dragon special moves here.
Another reset right there. This is enough to kill.
All the resets have hit pretty much.
Patapon not quite ready. I think kind of used to, again, the Japanese versus NA playstyle, right? Kind of used to Japanese players taking their guaranteed damage and going for Oki, while Ryazo going for the maximum reward.
Nice spacing there. Lightning, good option there. Big damage here, though.
666 drops it. BC just dropping a lot of stuff from Patapon. Definitely tournament nerds, probably.
Ulti down.
Nice cross cut on the DP, on the parry, actually.
More corner pressure.
The super. Once he's got that DP, do a good amount of damage.
Take a BP and might as well catch that, right? Not going to use that mid anytime soon. Another stagger hit. Should have one more interaction left, if that. Good block.
Oof. No more BB. It's one hit from them. And he's starting to, Chip is starting to become a factor too.
You get the full meter, does.
667 blips.
Ah!
Nothing there.
Yeah, had a chance there.
Yeah, right there, catching him with the stagger 6XLs with a fuzzy mash 2M and taking that round.
Razo on the verge of a dominating performance here. Wow.
Gets
Right
through that
yeah.
fireball. Another reset.
Doesn't bite on this time, yeah. With BC, staggered EX move.
Yeah, catches the fuzzy mash again with the fireball. Yeah, Pavlon now just so scared, not doing anything on Waker. Just sitting, and then finally bites on throw bite.
Could be dead.
Goes into super, he's dead.
Yeah.
And Riazo taking it a really convincing 2-0.
Yeah. I think it's just, you know, the way that Razo plays the game pretty much has the full control of the flow at all times, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much like, you know, I know how this is going, and my op is just gonna work, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I saw Riazo like stuck in the corner for like any significant amount of time, which is where like Zoe really excels in that like corner lockdown.
I really feel like Padawan just had a hard time running any offense at all, right? Because I feel like Razo was just so aggressive on defense as well, so.
Yeah, and mid-screen, every single hit that Zoe actually gets doesn't lead to like a strong like close light OK. She has to kind of do a far button, which means that 6 can kind of RPS it with it, right? If you do 6XL, he can parry it. And if you try to dash any deeper, then you can start mashing it. So
yeah, that's the thing about Zoe in general, is that like her playstyle can be really slow against certain characters. Again, we mentioned that like I like that mid-short range. She's a lot slower than other characters. I know it's just like 1 or 2 frames, but that just means you lose the interaction all the time.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So, just one of her weaknesses, and unfortunately, Razo's just really dominating play right there.
Yeah, and shout out to our sponsors, you know, Slashback, obviously we have a bunch of merch. I actually got a couple of these colors last year, but trying to pick up the ones that I'm missing. All this excellent merch.
Yeah, I've got one of every key art so far, so I'm gonna get the new Slashback version 3, the band-looking one.
Yeah, so it's looking like Zangief Dream from Japan, Cagliostro player, and Redeemer, who is from somewhere on the East Coast, not exactly sure where. Is gonna be a Onray player or Uno if you're an OG.
Yeah. I don't know how everyone would feel if his name was Uno right now.
Yeah, I just got used to it. I like saying Uno. It rolls off the tongue. Andre just sounds kind of weird. And like he's kind of like a funny character, so like his name being Uno, I feel like it matches the aesthetic.
Yeah, I love Mr. Pringles, man.
Yeah. They got the translators out to communicate. Really awesome seeing this international exchange going on.
Yeah, I mean, translator tools have gotten so good, you know? Like, I think I had a friend at a bar who was just communicating straight up with just the translator the whole time. Talking like the bar owner using the translating tool. It was really cool to see that, like, it's just available. So, if you have, like, an old phone and you have a reason to upgrade, that's, like, definitely one of them.
Yeah, and I believe this is our first elimination match of the stream. So the loser of this is out of the tournament.
Oh, is that his Warrior of Light? I couldn't tell who that was.
Oh.
I picture somebody.
I must have missed it, yeah.
Yeah.
But the winner of this match actually has to fight Potapon, who we just saw on stream.
That Potapon will drop into the losers there, but still a chance to make something happen.
So making sure to set their buttons. So this matchup, I think Cagliostro versus Onray is pretty interesting. I think they both have really strong tools against each other, and it kind of depends on who gets going.
Yeah.
Cagliostro obviously having really good strike throw. According to Zangief Dream, he thinks Cagliostro is the best grappler in this game, which honestly I kind of agree with. She has really good strike throw and really good ways to force it.
Because the way that you bait a strike throw in this game, right?
Yeah.
Cagliostro is the best with teleport and other tools, right? So, and then if you do get thrown, there's this huge reward off it. A lot of times,
with the traps out.
So that is like one of those things that can really matter, but Andre, on the other hand, probably one of the best characters at attacking horizontally in the game.
Yeah.
And what's weird is the character is one of the best characters attacking vertically, right? So.
Right, exactly. Andre actually does have like pretty good air options too, right? Like he's got, I know Redeemer really likes to use the air parry to bait out anti-airs, which, you know, if you're kind of autopiloting, you'll end up having to deal with that, right? Or like, even if you're not autopiloting, it's still basically an RPS every time he jumps, and he also has that plus on block dive kick that he can do as well.
Right. Tagliostro's not like really, like her anti-air is like average, I would say.
Yeah.
So that can make a big difference.
Yeah. I think a big part of it, though, is that her air-to-air game is generally really strong, but if Andre actually parries her, he gets a lot of reward off of that air-to-air exchange.
Right.
It's just up to if Redeemer reacts early enough to parry early to call out the air-to-airs.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's one of those moves where, like, once you whiff it, you're kind of just, like, stuck.
I think both of these players actually play, like, I would say they play really, like, wild. So it's going to be interesting to see how this matchup goes. Like, they're both kind of like balls to the wall, like RPS heavy type players.
Right. Okay.
Starts it off with the 60 style, gets the first hit.
Ooh, yeah,
big.
Yeah. Full advantage for the team right here.
Oh, drops a combo, but still is plus. Parry whips, but doesn't get caught there.
Okay.
A lot of spaghetti going on right there.
Redeemer looks pretty good right there, though. Like, didn't get hit. Now pressure for Zangief Dream. Good tech.
Mashes out right there. Trying to bait out an option, and Redeemer just fuzzy mashing instead.
Okay. Again, also bait. Doesn't bite this time.
Oh. Fakes out the spin and ends up going for the throw. Goes for the throw again.
Empty jump throw. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the late 2-on-4H in the air. Catches fuzzy mash, fuzzy jump, everything, and takes the round. Really strong offensive pressure from this Andre.
Yeah. I think Zangief Dream, like, hasn't really showed it yet, but Broad Teleport might actually be a good option here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, uses that. Extend the combo.
Fuzzy mashing out these throws. Good defense right now from Redeemer. And mashing out with the far medium.
Okay, but Zangief mashes back.
Reset into the side block. Jumps and gets anti-air.
Yeah, good call on the jump.
Yeah, I was
knew it was coming.
I was kind of expecting Redeemer to maybe air parry there, but maybe he thought that maybe Zangief Dream wouldn't be ready there.
There's too many layers.
Yeah, there's such a layered RPS here. Just dashes right out there, jumps away.
Catch. Okay, but good challenge.
There's the parry, but it's a multi-hitting far heavy and throws the parry here. Mash comes out.
Demons are really good with the challenges so far out.
Baits out the DP.
Spends a brave point for corner carry. Corner position here. Fakes the fireball, yeah.
Oh, there's the fuzzy mash standing this time. Catches the 2-on-4 heavy.
Nice choice there.
Reset into the trap. Mashes again. Also mashing the far light here.
Sniped out by that.
There's the parry. Fails the parry. Doesn't quite confirm off of it.
It's caught chip in the back there. Parries it. The DP's out. Nice dodge, but still minus.
Yeah, still minus on the dodge, but he has no choice because of that chip.
Yeah. Funny situation there, because all they needed was to make contact with the special move, right? Because that would have been it, but Redeemer not able to close the deal.
Going back to character select, probably taking a sec to compose himself.
Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough way to lose that one, right? Because you just had to get something to block, but then, you know, sometimes you press in those situations and you get punished for them.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to it, lock in the same character. It was really, really close, so I don't think Redeemer needs to pick a different character if he has one.
Yeah.
I think he just, maybe he wants to, like, slow it down just a little bit on his own defense. He's doing a lot. He's playing really actively, which at times can be good, but Zangief Dream doing a lot of stuff to call it out that has reactive answers. Going with the far heavy to put him right into the corner.
Yeah, haven't seen that option yet, but teleport.
Catches the fuzzy mash 2L.
Okay, I'm not sure what they attempted there, but it got punished for it.
Maybe it was a wake-up parry, misinput?
Yeah, it looked like a wake-up spear stab. Doesn't bite on that. Bites on that one.
Fuzzy matches again. The important thing here is if you fuzzy match standing, you have a higher chance of actually hitting her out of the jump. But a lot of people like to fuzzy match 2L because you stay crouching, so you get hit by lows.
Yeah.
But it ends up losing to moves like that.
Yeah, it's the tough one too, because if the calculation does it perfectly anyway, you still lose. But
yeah. Catches her low. Yeah, I think this time he was trying to fuzzy match standing, but ends up getting caught low.
Okay, good jump out.
Ooh, wow. Excellent call on the
What
far
a read,
hand,
yeah.
actually.
Overhead reset, but out of the
Not outside of the trap this time.
Yeah, lucky break there. Spent that DP for confirm. The DP's worked quite well so far in this match.
Oh, just matching immediately with this red of parry right there. Punish is the ultimate spin.
Whoa! Got thrown. Do another one.
Just a safe jump this time, yeah.
They'll get up to 100 meter, but I don't think they will. Yeah,
Inside goes for the ultimate skill. And just dies in DP for all his trouble.
Yeah. Sometimes like you don't want to get too cute if you can't kill it, right? You just got to go for something safer, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, who is this?
Who is that? Is it like an OC?
OC maybe, yeah.
Favorite anime character? I don't know.
Who can say? I'm too old to know what that is now.
Yeah, Zangief taking it 2-0, but honestly, the whole thing felt really, really close.
Yeah, 2-0 but close, right? Hugging it out there.
International exchange, love to see it.
So good set from Redeemer, but they will be going home.
Yeah, they'll be knocked down. Zangief Dream will be moving on in the bracket to fight Patapon, and that will be a Japan team kill. And speaking of team kills, it's looking like we have. Let me pull out the bracket.
Yeah, I think so the winner of that will play Patapon, right? Patapon Zoe versus Cagliostro. And that's a matchup that I don't particularly like, but.
Yeah. So I think next up on stream we have Vermilion versus Iago Garites, which is another team kill, both NorCal. Vermilion obviously top 6 at EVO with the 2B, and Iago Garites, relatively newer NorCal player on the Fairy, which, I mean, we just saw Fairy on stream, right? Really strong character with very specific tools that are hard to deal with.
So yeah, I think top 8 is shaping up pretty well so far, I'd say. Not a lot of repeat characters so far as of right now.
Yeah, I think this will be our first repeat character with the Fairy. I think this is our first time seeing 2B on the stream.
Yeah. And that's the thing though, like there's a lot of variety in this game because so many characters are really viable because of their offense.
Yeah, because of the way the system mechanics works, you can basically make do with like almost any character in the game.
Yeah, because most characters can have something where they can spend BP and just like take full advantage of the situation, or even just defend themselves with BP raw, right?
Yeah.
It's really a matter about like how much offense can you muster once you do get advantage. That makes a character like really, really viable.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not sure how often these two play, but obviously they're from the same region, so they should know about each other.
Regions in California are just huge.
Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely possible that someone in NorCal has never played another player in NorCal.
There's no way.
Yeah,
I don't believe this,
no,
but it is possible.
It's definitely a bunch. I've never seen either of these guys play this character.
I haven't seen La Diva yet played. I guess you've seen other quote-unquote grapplers, but...
Yeah. Definitely kind of a weaker character. I do know there is a NorCal player, Yoshi, who is a La Diva player, but did not make it this far into the bracket.
Yeah, saw her a lot. I see her a lot, especially in online tournaments for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 2B.
We got the funny little April Fool's art for the 2B. Vayne.
Okay, interesting choice.
I don't know if maybe he doesn't like the matchup or something unfair. I haven't seen this character from Iago before.
Yeah, I could believe it though, because how 2B functions though, if she attacks you from far away with one of her normals, it goes into a full combo, and like I think Fairy can get whiff punished by that pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely.
That might be a reason why. Also, her like backdash, right, might be good against some of her offense.
Yeah, and Vayne does have like more range than 2B, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Immediate BC right there.
Ooh.
Drops the combo, unfortunately.
Okay, nice jump out. Wow, just threading the needle there for a big punish.
Nice trade in. Oh, actually punishable, but doesn't quite get the punish. Instead gets a counter hit.
Okay, maintaining advantage here with the shield.
I think the shield actually protects from the explosion.
I can see that happening at this position correctly.
Oh, he actually gets the BC early. He could have throw punished that chain throw coming in.
The bait.
No confirm off of it too far from the wall though.
Good
chain.
Yeah, no BP, but maybe if you don't take damage or block, you'll be fine.
Just kind of throwing stuff out in neutral. Oh, spot dodges it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
gotta roll that one.
Classic read there, because like, you know, a lot of people just spot dodge as soon as they see 2B, like the first screen freeze, but they can do a different ultimate skill to kind of punish it as well.
Yeah, you have to, the solution here is you have to roll, which covers all of her blue moves, but it's a lot scarier to roll than spot dodge, right? Because you have to let go of that.
Yeah, you gotta commit to it, or you can just mess up too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Far L right there with the 60 cell, still plus. Getting back throw back to the midstream.
Okay. The challenge from Iago. Okay.
Just running straight in.
Yeah, I like it.
Plus on block bomb.
Ooh.
Spot dodges the 2-on-4.
Great timing on that.
Oh, actually, anti-air's pocket.
Yeah, it didn't confirm, but no, it doesn't. Spoke too soon. Okay.
There's a thrust, putting out the shield.
Nice.
Oh, actually running through a fireball.
Has a lot of meter here. Also the corner positioning instead. I don't think they'll kill. Nice, yeah.
Catches him with a, trying to mash through the shield, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to do that. I don't think most characters have options that beat unless you cancel straight to DP or something.
Yeah. And even then, he could just stop behind the shield, right? And then punch you out. Nice. Push him closer to the corner, throwing out the shield. Oh, actually being covered. Shield too slow to throw out again, though.
Okay. Ultimate skills available.
Plus a block. Gets the counter hit this time.
Hey, we're seeing Vermilion actually finish their plate this time around.
Yep. Going for that low block stun JA into throw.
Gets caught on a frame trap. Super.
Catches out straight into super. Probably could have spent a little bit more to get more damage, but wants to keep that meter probably
yeah,
doing the flow.
Kill, yeah. They're solid around
taking
there.
this game one. Going to character select.
Yeah. I didn't hate the Vayne pick. I thought it worked pretty well.
Yeah. But I think it's just kind of like a comfort thing, right? Like you're not really, it's a pocket pick and you're not really familiar enough in the matchup.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Because I do feel like there are moments where once you're on defense, like really relied a lot on uppercutting or like really like direct challenges.
Yeah.
So because of that, kind of just opting for fair here, which might just be better because if you guess correctly, right, you'll switch sides and maybe win that way.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, catches him trying to mash out with the GG. Rolls the whip
like
this
that,
time.
yeah.
Not a lot of damage though.
Okay. BC again. Spending a lot of that BC meter early.
Hot. Caught him trying to mash out on the plus frames with the bomb.
Okay. Good challenge. Sweep the
Putting
sides.
him back in the corner.
Ooh, last BC, then he hit pretty much his goal, right?
Getting caught low instead, and he's out of PB, so he should be dead from this.
Just the ABCBC.
Yeah. I think with the way that Vermilion is playing, he's using a lot of skill gauge so that he can get in. So he's actually opening up Iago. It's not doing a lot of damage because he doesn't have the resources for it. But Iago is giving him the BP so that his small damage combos end up doing a lot.
Yeah. I think they're just, spending resources really quickly, and that's kind of working into Vermilion's game plan here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Goes
okay.
for the back dash in the close medium. Drops the combo, though.
Yeah, big drop. Okay. Ultimate up dog, yeah.
Oh, no anti-air, but no combo off of the jump in.
Switches sides, but again, a very timely roll forward.
Yeah, I'd like to see Yagoo try to bait some of these rolls by like spot dodging and then punishing.
Not quite enough.
Drops it and ends up DPing.
Yeah, chip would have been a factor even if you did block that. Like after that, if you don't kill, you still got to deal with that 2B for chip range.
Definitely, and Vermilion taking it with a fast 2-0. But it looked a lot closer on the ferry, I think. Like maybe Yagoo, he could have started with the ferry and then went with that.
Hard to say because like I do feel like part of the reason that they definitely lost that one is because they dropped that combo, right? They hit the EX with the ferry and then just dropped the combo.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
maybe just creating a little bit of static by picking a different character kind of does do that sometimes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think up next we have Zenith and Tortilla Flipper. So Zenith, the other Gundam champion here at Slashback, Gundam Redacted, Grimnir player from Japan, and Tortilla Flipper local to NorCal. One of like the hidden bosses of NorCal. I think he doesn't really enter a lot of net play stuff, so a lot of people from outside of like California tend to not know who he is, and he has like kind of like a funny net play name, you know, Tortilla Flipper.
Yeah.
So like everyone's like, who is this random guy I'm losing to? And he's also, you know, playing the Gran, which is a less popular character that's sort of like considered kind of low tier.
Yeah, a bit of a rare character because everyone can play him for free at all times, pretty much, right? Yeah. So you don't have to buy the game to play the character at all times.
Exactly.
So that is one way to get started. If you don't want to play the game, but you don't want to spend any money yet, just download the game, learn Gran, right? So for free.
And even then, if you're not satisfied with Gran, eventually a character that you might be interested in will be rotated in. There are 4 characters that are rotating every week, I believe, and they've started adding in Season 1 DLC characters too. So if there's a character you're interested in checking out this game, definitely give the free version a shot. Maybe you'll like Gran, or maybe you'll like another one of these characters instead. Yeah,
absolutely. It's definitely enough to like learn the game. See if like you get the vibe of it, you know, like you like a bit of the way the offense works, or you get a little serotonin when you hit that corner combo. You know, just see how you feel about it.
Yeah, this game is extremely beautiful, and they've done a good job of making a game that is really accessible on an execution level and on a gameplay level. They've like boiled down a lot of the concepts of fighting games in this game, so they're easy to understand for new players.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players who, you know, from other games that like are pretty much learning this one and pretty much making it their main game, right?
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Yeah, Gran character, I mean, got a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything you can do in Granblue, throw a fireball. You have a rushing forward move that's somewhat high reward, but it is minus when it's blocked used incorrectly. And invincible DP, you know? All the Granbluing.
So this is a button check with the stories. I do know that Zenith has been working on the stories. His stories is quite strong, but I think he will be going the Grimnir again.
Okay. Could see that. Stories is an interesting character. Like a lot of what he does is minus, but it's scary.
Yeah. It's like barely minus, and he has a lot of like very fast moves to challenge on his own minus for this. So yeah, it looks like he is gonna lock in the Grimnir.
Yeah, they've got like that grind art is really funny. he's like aura farming so bad right now.
Yeah. So for this matchup, it's kind of interesting because Gran's offense is really good. Once he gets into his like spacing, it's really hard for Grimnir to do anything. But Grimnir has like really good ways to kind of keep him out and make him unable to get into his optimal range.
Yeah, because see, Grimnir has a lot of like interesting movement, right? He just jumps a little slower, but he can also put this like seals on the screen as well to kind of move really quickly.
Yeah, so and once the seals are out, he's like basically controlling the whole neutral.
Ready to go.
letting it goes wrong. Grimnir is a really cool character.
Yeah.
It's just like fighting him feels awful, but like he's a very awesome design character, both aesthetically and gameplay wise.
Yeah, we all love a little bit of cringe here and there.
Of course. Going straight in with the 6 exam into the throw.
Okay. Yeah, good pressure here. Just a little bit out of range to really convert though.
Trying to challenge the frame trap and the delayed meaty.
Okay. Dark cancels out. Ooh.
Barely goes over him. Saved his life.
Another one. Nice. Met the air.
Wow, what a conversion off of an air into the super right there. Really excellent combo awareness from Zenith.
Okay, yeah, locked him down.
Oh, blocks. No punish right there because the tornado's actually covering it, but does get the 6XL.
Spend another one. I don't think this will kill though. Yeah, in throw range. Jabs out. 6XL counter hit too far away, most likely. DP could kill here, but
actually
backside.
crossed him up.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
No guard button from Tortilla Flipper.
Yeah, it's just hard right there, right? You could have DP'd to win it out too, just like, but it'd be too gutsy maybe.
I think important when you're at that range is to try to get out of range with the seal so you can't just mix you up and cross you up like that.
Yeah, but it's scary though, because you gotta walk backwards, right?
Yeah.
I don't think this Grimnir has a character to really catch you low, but you never know, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, PC's out. Switches sides, fake the cross at normal, so I do like that, but Zenith not letting it slide, gets another hit. Nice jump in.
No confirm off of it, and no confirm off of the far medium.
Look at good punish on the roll. Spend BP again.
Going for the ultimate blue conversion.
Okay. Corner position here.
It's really scary. He's getting to escape with the seals. Doesn't quite confirm off of it though.
Yeah, kind of added some side there by jumping, but it's hit by the first part of the mix and just auto-competed the rest of it.
Yeah, and even if you block that right there, that was a fuzzy setup already, so
yeah,
it's very unlikely that he would have been able to block the second part of it. Taking a little moment to compose himself and then going straight back in.
Yeah, I liked a lot of what the Tortilla Flipper had done. Good jump, just a little bit too late. Fortunately, the BC gets blocked.
Force on
Big
block.
spiral, yeah, it is.
Catches him trying to challenge.
But you know, if you do challenge that, you don't take a ton of damage, right?
Yeah.
Ultimate fireball. Okay, nice, low.
Catches him with the low.
Catches
the BC!
Yeah, really good bait. You should kill.
Go straight into the super, keep it clean.
Nice.
Very dominant round from Tortilla Flipper.
Yeah. After that low catch, you know, really big punish there on the whiffed raging strike, so closes that out quickly. Oh, just let it rock with whiff punish. Seals are out. Does not block the cross though.
Huge conversion off of the seal should put him in the corner too.
Seals are out.
Catches him bashing low.
Yeah. Should probably kill it, super. And all that BP.
Goes for the easy combo right there, going
Yeah.
into the close medium because he knows it's enough to kill. Don't want to have any risk of dropping it.
Very nice round from Zenith. Good answer there. With that match point for Zenith.
Seals are out once again. Catches him
yeah.
with the JM.
It's not, they don't really do these seals, but okay, the DP. Okay, spot that was risky, but
Isn't quite punished for it.
The 6XLs, they're tough to deal with BC to get out. Okay, they trade ultimate fireballs and then get that sealed there, I think. Oh, missed the combo. Doesn't matter.
Actually fakes out into the reset.
I like it. One more opening. Has the seal for it. Just tries to bait. 6XL.
This should seal the deal here. Zenith taking it 2-0 against Tortilla Flipper.
Really nice set there from Zenith. Just a really good answer, right?
Yeah.
Got bullied that first round of that match, but then just fired back with some really awesome offense.
Definitely. And now Zenith will move on to fight Elsa in losers round 3. And I believe the next match we have is Nier Gojira versus 0 Hour.
Okay.
So Nier Gojira, as the name suggests, is on 2B and not Nier. but you know, is a different kind of Nier being referenced.
Yeah, exactly. So it's near the Nier Automata type.
Yeah,
right?
and then 0 Hour, I believe, is on the Siegfried.
Okay. So the first Siegfried we've seen today on this particular stream block.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where 0 Hour is from, but Nier Gojira is from SoulCal, so I actually play him a lot. So I do play Siegfried, so he has a good amount of matchup experience, but he's definitely the kind of player that cares less about matchup experience and kind of just plays the game his way.
Yeah, absolutely. And like sometimes that's all that really matters, right? If you have a good game plan, just stick to it, right? And you can still win by going, okay, well, strike, throw, and I won the interaction, so here we go, right?
Yeah, Nier Gojira definitely really good at that. Like, I think we'd call it like a play-by-feel type of player, you know?
Yeah.
So, well, it'll be interesting to see like how he adapts to different play styles, and you know, making it this far into top 24. Definitely doing a great job so far.
Yeah, I mean, we've played by feel way longer than we've played by frame data, right? At least in the history of fighting games. So
of course, yeah.
It goes really far.
Yeah.
I still remember one time I was at like a really early WNF where we're doing it out of someone's apartment, and I asked Vi like, hey, like, what's the frame data if I block the Tatsu? He's like, I don't know. like when do I attack?
Man. I just press a button and I hit him.
Yeah. No, because he was bullying me with like light Tatsu or something. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. But I'm just like, oh yeah, you crouch under it. But yeah, just everyone learns differently at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's cool that like, obviously like intuitively you would think like, oh, frame data is king. Like knowing more things should help you win more. But it's cool that like people can also have these like this player expression of being like, oh, I play by feel. I don't really care about the frame data, things like that. I'm just gonna read the flow of the match. And obviously, some players combine both, and then that's also very scary.
Yeah, because like sometimes if you just, even if you're, it's the old saying, right? You're only minus if you're a coward, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't just be right, even though if you're not playing by, like, even if you don't have the correct answer, you can make the right read.
Yeah, definitely. Fun checking with Grand and the versus here. I think we're more likely to see Siegfried versus 2B.
What are your thoughts on Siegfried versus 2B?
So I think before the Siegfried nerfs, I think it was pretty decently Siegfried favored. But after the nerfs, it's kind of not Siegfried favored. I think it's actually like slight disadvantage for Siegfried. The big reasons were if the first hit of his DP whiffs, it no longer does the full animation. So before it was a really strong anti-air because it went very vertical and it was really active against 2B with her double jump. But now while she's above you, if you DP and it whiffs, you don't go back up, so then she can just come down with a punish with her double jump. And then because he lost 2M confirms, or he lost light confirms into H Orcon, he lost a lot of damage there. And Siegfried against 2B this is one of the matchups where it's very likely for him to hit a max range 6XL, and the only thing for him to be able to get is a far L.
Yeah, just because I'm spacing on right? But with that 0 hour starts with a good anti-air, and Nier Gojira, you know, get back to neutral. Nice.
Going in with the 6XM catches the dash.
Yeah, I caught Nier Gojira doing something there. I tried the anti-air, but didn't have the frames for it.
Yeah. Taking him coast to coast with this combo. No cancel here.
Oh, what a bait.
Not the most ideal punish with the 6XL. Actually spending a lot of resources, but he just wants to take Nier Gojira into the corner, get a meaty set up. With the 2H really scary.
Okay, keeping them out with the skills, but that does cost, that costs a resource from 2B though, so. Force the block at plus range, protects the throw. Very scary
Trying to
situation
build the
here.
skill back and just going straight in with the chain.
Okay, BC, that's the last one. But you kind of figure if 2B would kill me, touch me with anything, so.
Using the ball, so much chip damage jumping over him.
Scary situation, nice.
2U into the SSBA.
Yeah, calls out some kind of walk back stagger or something.
Yeah.
It's a big counter hit into super. So good round there from 0 hour.
Yeah, showing good awareness of good patience on blocking all of the special moves that are plus, and then taking his opportunity to get the kill. Oh, huge whip punch on the 2L, but not a huge confirm because not enough skill gauge.
Okay. Does get the hit there, MVP. Wow.
almost on block.
Ooh,
Actually
ultimate
gets
fireball,
caught
yeah.
jumping back.
Nice frame trap. Neo Gojira has fallen for a couple of these now.
Going for a corner route, spending all of his cooldown.
Yeah. Ooh. Got interrupted there with ultimate skill. Nice.
DP's out of the balls. Good reaction.
Oh, hit the meaty, but no confirm. That ball's so big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deceptive hitbox. Oh,
Nice.
no whip
That was
punish
scary.
right there.
Wow. 2-L strikes true with that. I do think Zero will take that round.
Yeah. Zero Hour taking this first game against Neo Gojira pretty convincingly, showing a lot of like patience against all of her tools, and then taking a lot of taking an inch, or being given an inch and taking it a mile, right? Off of every single hit.
Oftentimes, like as soon as they've started their offense, Neo Gojira has bitten on a lot of those frame traps.
Yeah.
And for the most part, you have not really seen a lot of the Siegfried nits like come into play so far.
Yeah,
because of
Whip
that.
punishes the far heavy with the fireball and chains right back to it.
Ooh, okay.
2H?
Yeah. Didn't counter hit, so not too scary there. Nice spot dodge on that.
Frame traps with the machine gun. Frame traps again with the machine gun.
Not a
Jumps
lot of
over
damage,
it.
yeah. So with that Zero, I was willing to play that game, gets the jump over finally. Okay, ultimate fireball gets blocked. Okay.
No arrow block, but just a little bit short.
Ooh.
5U.
I like that, but that jump out. BC's back into the corner, keeps the offensive 6L DP.
Just rolls behind
Yeah,
it.
cheeky roll. Caught Zero slipping there. Oh, gravity baits it out. What a bait.
Yeah. That bomb actually sucking him in closer to make him make the DP more likely to connect, but just standing barely out of range of the ultimate DP.
That was really slick. I like that.
The bomb is, the gravity bomb is so good here because it kind of forces them to make a decision really quickly.
Yeah. It's not something you see that often other 2B players go for, so I like the option right there. Nice confirm there for Zero Hour. This time didn't bite on the frame traps. It's good.
The bids kind of just like closing off neutral and locking you down while they're out, right? Because if you do anything, she can just punish it by activating it.
Yeah.
Really annoying move to be dealing with.
Ooh. Swinging for the fences there.
That's the hit right here. Converts into
Big frame
ultimate
trap.
fireball.
Ooh, okay. Fuzzy max.
Yo, that was the max confirm. The dash close medium.
Ooh. Nice throw.
Goes for the command dash throw. Blocks the BC.
Oh no!
Oh, there's
a
the
block
2U
the second hit.
again.
Yeah. Probably trying to walk backwards or something, but getting caught.
And actually going into cinematic from that range of the second hit of the sweep is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, it would have killed anyway, probably, but either way, though, just really powerful. Good reaction to that.
Kind of jumping back out of range of everything.
2M counter hit. EC's out, but Zero with a big challenge.
Mashing right out. Oh, I think he tried to UDP right there, but 5U came out, and he got counter hit by the missiles from his mistake.
Ooh. Big jump over. Gives him the turn to the dodge. U fireball gets dodged as well. Very nice. Neo Gojira sitting on only one BP. And now Zero. Oh no!
No, he didn't spend the meter for the raging chain.
You dead? I think so.
Into super, it'll be,
Yeah, he is dead, yeah.
0 BP.
Yeah, you don't think it's going to kill, and then he does the last hit of the super. And with that, very nice performance by Zero Hour, just really capitalizing on some of those clutch situations, right?
Yeah.
Able to confirm super off of those sweeps that have just been landing at really critical moments.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, it is over for Neo Gojira, but Zero Hour will be going on to fight PP Man, so another SoCal player from the fight.
Yeah, so Siegfried versus Ferry, so that's an interesting one as well.
let's see who we have for our next match.
I think it's the rest of losers round 3, right? So
yeah. So next up is Chemo versus Vermilion.
okay.
So we saw both of them on stream earlier. Chemo obviously losing to Usagi coming down with the low lane, and Vermilion taking it over Iago to fight Chemo.
Right, Vermilion. I liked a lot of what they did in that round, right? It feels like it's been a long time since I watched Chemo play at this point, but
yeah, I mean they definitely started off the day, or started off the stream.
Yeah,
playing against Usagi.
so I did think that their set was pretty like hotly contested, right?
Yeah.
Swain in general, like you tend to, even though we don't really necessarily consider him like a really strong character.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you end up playing down to his level.
Yeah.
Because of just the kind of nonsense he kind of does.
Yeah. I do know that I have heard that Vermilion struggles a little bit with Luane. And he is a player that kind of, he'll play at locals and like he'll tend to like grind a little bit, but he doesn't really have a wide matchup experience. So with a character that's a little bit more rare, like Luane, he is not as well studied as a character.
Yeah. Just very unconventional, right? Like you kind of play really differently against Luane just because of how his frame data isn't necessarily good, but it can be annoying if you don't play around it correctly.
And I mean, with the change where his 2S became a 7-frame button and the low, it is like quite a solid button for kind of pressuring and kind of matching it out on defense.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones now because previous to that, I mean, there are not a lot of characters with 7-frame 2M, so.
Yeah. I think like one of the key parts of this game is like a character that has like really strong like stagger pressure or defense will have a 7-frame 2M.
There we go, Vermilion, yeah.
Putting out the laser beam, catching Vermilion.
Okay. Backside.
Full flow, so no skill gauge to do anything.
Yeah.
Catching him with the air throw,
Okay. Stagger with the guns.
Oh, actually, it beats out the bomb throw with the wheel.
DP's back.
Out of those rockets.
Oh, good dodge on the counter. It's still like, it's still like not a full punish, but most people don't expect to throw that. Didn't confirm that.
That was a weird situation. Just full double jump and the 2H anti-air right there.
Spends the skill meter to extend this combo.
Drops it, but no punish.
Wheel again, rockets, eat some food.
I like this answer.
Good block.
I like the answer to rockets at Vermilion. He's jumping and then kind of using the double jump or the threat of the double jump to kind of stay in safety. And like, Chemo doesn't really want to approach it while Vermilion is above the rockets.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Rolls under the chain, but
staying at range here, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, good counter.
There's again the double jump, just making Chemo unable to air throw right there.
Yeah, it's making it really annoying to deal with. And gets counter hit by that stagger, but does not get comboed.
Trade with the wheel. The wheel is such a strong move.
Yeah, good trade, I would say. Just get out of the corner position. Force back in by the orbs. Good counter.
There's a wheel again.
Ooh,
really
good block, but okay, good jump.
No anti-air from Chemo, just too scared of the double jump here.
Yeah, I think so. Punishes the brother out.
Oh, wow! Through the wheel there. Yeah, crazy. That is projectile impulse.
Good throw.
Good awareness. 2B only has a 6-frame 5L, so is unable to actually punish the 214H without throw.
Nice.
Mashes out right there.
Okay, set up.
This time, bites on 68. Bites on it again.
Ooh, scary. Orbs, gets that plus frames.
Walk down right there. No cancel.
Get walked out. Good spot dodge.
Yeah, spot dodge into throw for the guaranteed punish.
So again, another pretty close round for Chemo, right?
Yeah.
Had the opportunity to take that, but fortunately, very soft from Vermilion. Really good spot dodges against a lot of his moves. And good block again.
67, blocks it and punishes.
Yeah, I have to say that like Vermilion's even been really good in critical moments here.
Yeah. There's Chain again, gets through the summon. Yeah.
Perfect timing on those, a lot of those. Like kind of beating out projectiles, contesting them.
Yeah. Lil Wayne's summons take a while to come out. They are really useful for him once they're already out, but before they come out, it's a lot easier for opponents to counterplay.
Ooh.
Catches him standing up and hits him with the low.
Rockets and DP. Okay, staggered throw.
Oh,
nice.
Actually runs under it and then punishes it, but wasn't quite ready for it.
Yeah, just jumped in there.
Blocks low on the throw.
Nice round there.
Yeah, Kimo kind of making the game state a lot more sloppy so that Vermilion has a harder time reading what's going on the screen.
Yeah, I think that like, because if you play it honestly, right, it's been losing a lot of interactions to like the projectile change, but by making it really strange, it helps a lot. Ooh, okay. Direct challenge there from Vermilion. Gets corner positioning, float, but tries to reset his counter for troubles.
Yeah, I think
oh, wow, the last rocket! It doesn't confirm it.
Chain once again gets through the throw, puts him in the corner. Low damage because not enough skill gauge for anything.
Okay, just out of range. Ah, those missiles again. You can't jump out of those.
Yeah, didn't quite float for long enough and is moving forward. Oh, just blocks low the whole time. Yeah, so for that setup, you have to block low then high, but Vermilion not really running.
Yeah, the timing is a little bit messed up, but now that Kimo kind of knows that, he's going to go for... wow, Sweep just beat everything that he did.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Kimo takes game 2.
Very nice round there, yeah. I do think that now that Kimo knows, well, Vermilion can't block this mix-up. They're just going to get hit by it every time.
Yeah.
So that is a big tell right there, if Kimo doesn't kind of make an adaptation to that.
So Vermilion has to sort of figure out a way to not end up in that situation, which is hard against a character like Lil Wayne. Eventually, you're going to get hit. Oh,
wow.
trades with the close medium slam here.
Okay, coming to brothers, the summon did come out. Nice. Really good roll right there. Set up, counter, try to counter the DP.
Yeah, a little bit too early. I think he was looking to get a counter hit on a BC, but just a little bit too early.
Counter. Yeah, floats out of that this time correctly. Cross, double cross under. Spends the meter there.
Yeah, Vermilion is not able to have a lot of skill gauge once he actually opens them up.
Wow, so what a confirm. Gets a little food in there as well.
Sneaking in a little bit of food while he goes in.
That's a big drop. Caught Vermilion jumping out again. What doesn't able to pick it up? It's going to cost him. He's got to block his Loki. Oh!
Not quite enough. Oh, he's at Chip.
Yeah, Chip is a big factor here. That was risky, though.
No punish.
Nice BCs. Putting the special moves out there. Yeah, didn't have enough skill gauge.
Couldn't quite stay up for much longer and falls into the rockets right there.
He is one of the best chip characters because his summons come out a lot of the time even if you don't.
Yeah.
Right? You have to hit the summon a lot of times just to get rid of it. Nice beat. That's just like the first round. Uses it sparingly, but when it does work, it's gone quite well.
No bite on the throw tech, but gets his BC block, baited, and then thrown.
It's all Kimo right now. Kimo's going to get another summon set up off this.
Yeah. Oh, there it is again.
The
This time blocking low.
Yeah. This is really bad.
Yeah, so the high row is actually a mid. So Vermilion see him in the air and standing up and getting caught low.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
It just looks weird. And like your opponent's in the air a lot of times during that too, right? So you don't know when's going to come, but
yeah, definitely.
Kimo does make the correct adaptations. Finding out like which mix-ups are working against Vermilion, right, and closing it out.
Yeah. So up next, we should have, checking the bracket. Oh, it might be Potapon versus Zangief Dream, so the Japan team kill.
Japan team killer right here. So Potapon was playing Zoe and Zangief Dream playing Tecleostra.
Yeah. So I think in this matchup, and specifically with these players, I think Zoe and specifically Potapon should do really well against Zangief Dream. I think the two things I think are really important for fighting Cagliostro on defensive level is you need a very good vertical anti-air,
right.
which Zoe's HTP is really great for, and her 2H is pretty good too, as far as like hitbox wise.
Yeah, it's very, very, very vertical.
Yeah, and the other thing that you really want is a good far-reaching far light that you can buffer a special behind. So for Zoe, she can kind of safely dial in her Rekka, and it's not really punishable.
Right.
And then because Cagliostro suffers from this issue where after 6XL, a lot of the time, she doesn't have anything else that she can do. She has to walk back and whip punish. So if she tries to overextend her pressure, you can actually counter hit her with a far light.
And yeah, because of the way that Zoe's far light is, she just goes right into Rekka a lot of times to start the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least like, you know, it's not as much of a disadvantage if you knock Cagliostro down mid-screen, right?
Yeah.
You can actually maintain kind of a mid-range spacing there.
Yeah, definitely.
But I will say that like the way Patapon lost his set was in like the most like Japanese versus American set way possible.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, because like just the offense just was really strong from his opponent and kind of just like worked in that way. And you could see that again because Cagliostro has a lot of the same kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I have said this already, but Ziggy of Dreams definitely plays kind of like an American.
Yeah. Kind of saw that in their set.
Yeah, definitely like a very like wild player, kind of goes balls to the wall.
So this time we have the swimsuit outfit.
Yeah.
I forgot to buy the battle pass.
Oh, I think I forgot one of them too. It might have actually also been the swimsuit Zoe. I don't think I've really touched that character too much, so.
She used to be meta in the mobile game.
I did also play that. Yeah, I remember I started back when Summer Zoe was vital for NVIDIA teams. You ran like, I started with Korwa, so I remember back then people ran like two other colors and then Korwa, no matter what.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, it was like Korra, Summer Zoe. Now I don't even know what's going on anymore. I haven't really been on that game much recently. I think actually it's Guild War. Every Slashback, it's also the same time as Guild War.
I'm like walking out of the venue and like the guy who's supposed to be checking badges autoing Guild War like right now. But I get it though. I respect that.
Yeah, I respect the grind. Like I always see people like like either doing Guild War during Dragger or whatever, or like rotating their base in Arc Knights. I've seen people like for the power up, they'll go on stream and they'll like do a 10 pull in some gotcha game.
I don't know. That's like a bad omen sometimes. Okay, here we go. Bud check is complete. I don't approve of Zoe with no melanin, but
yeah,
it is your choice. It is your choice.
It's in the game. Like it's not his fault. It's the devs shouldn't have made it an option, perhaps.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Is that too woke? I think maybe it is.
I don't know. Here at Slashback, how do we feel about that? I mean, I feel like it's not even like a woke opinion of the FGC anymore. Like people are always kind of like, it's kind of weird to demelanate fighting game characters in their skins, and ArcSys is the only company that does it still, I believe.
Well, so for characters that are like not, they're usually magical, like they're usually of a different race or something.
Yeah.
But either way, good defense so far from Patapon with that far out, like you mentioned.
Oh, going for the delay close, or delay 668 to catch Fuzzy Match. It is armored. Ooh. Oh, super to get through it.
That was gonna us.
That's another really good anti-air option, right? Because that super hits the full screen.
It's like a nice little uppercut type super. Ooh, okay. Far H didn't come out quite in time there. Guard cancel, tries to throw it. The 2Ms right there. Nice.
Might GP getting over that 6XL.
Very not often used that kind of tool, right? It is pretty fast and gets you airborne pretty quickly. It can beat things like Cagliostro Far H, so.
Yeah, it can get over like a lot of tools. Like right there, can stuff out any approaches really easily.
Yeah. And it's not plush, but it is annoying.
Yeah.
Combo into a hard knockdown. Nice block on that. With punish, but didn't confirm it.
There.
I don't think they expected it to actually hit. DP Ender. Pressure here. Yeah, just long pressure here, right? It's hard to
he
deal
still
with.
has so much meter
Nice
too.
DP.
He still has like half a Dragon Gauge left.
Okay, another empty throw. This has a meaty. That is what we've seen sometimes from Patapon, like on defense, they kind of just get hit by everything and lose.
Goes for empty low, blocks it, and BCs him out.
Ooh, tries to shimmy.
Yeah.
Gets called out for it, and that's a death.
Kangosho Chuyu is so good for this kind of match-out situation because she stoops really low and it's really long with a really fast initial hitbox near her. It's 7 frames right next to her or so, 7 or 8 frames, and then it's like 11 frames at the tip.
Yeah, you oh, not very nice. Just close to having started, but also the Dragon Leader.
Goes right in with Wake Up 6XL.
We do it sometimes.
Yeah, and now we have full Dragon Meter to play with here.
Okay, tries to bait something out. Oh, yep. There's one BC, but again, with that tag goes switching sides. EXTP, that's plus. Expected something from Zengi team, so just to block it out.
Goes for the throw, counter hits a button as it comes up. Oh, and the fuzzy mash. Just a little bit too high on the teleport, doesn't quite punish it.
Okay. Okay, wow, DP's it just to maintain pressure.
Yeah, Kangosho, her DP is input with down, so it doesn't matter the side, so you're able to easily cross-cut by just doing down. And whip punch is the sweep this time.
To the super, regain the DP and take away your opponent's last DP.
I really like how Patapon is playing this range, right? Like he's like weaving in and out of the max range and it comes to whip punch.
Okay.
And the whip punish again.
Crushed the normal there. Not sure what it was, but that move is quite long for a middle move. It's 9 frames at that range, really far.
Zengi Dream taking a moment to get a drink of water, compose himself, see what he's got to do for the next game. Obviously, Patapon riding that high from winning Gundam. He looks so locked in. He looks as locked in as he was when he was playing Gundam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got the new type flash going.
Yeah.
I did like how when he did that reversal super, like that to beat the anti, that was pretty good.
Actually, backdashes into the trap and gets punished.
Yeah, now that they've given the corner position away, that's 6-6. Really good at that range. Another big combo. Ender. Oh, reversal throw. Gutsy, but I guess they expected a reversal like jump in low, which worked out. Jump and throw.
Jump and throw. And just catches him fuzzy matching.
All from like accidentally backdashing into a trap, right?
Yeah, so all of that snowballed off of just one small mistake.
Ooh, good whip punish.
Yeah, I like Patapon just kind of weaving in and out, getting out of that 6-6 range once again.
Nice.
And wakes up with buns once again. Just full Dragon Meter again.
Again, that's really hard to anti at that low height. But it's barely plus even on hit, so.
Yeah. But it does let him start his crank over. Drop the combo!
That's a big drop. Loses a BP for it too. Okay, just super.
Yeah, super catches the cancel off the button.
Nullifying that BP loss.
Yeah.
Empty jump? Not an empty jump, it's immediate. Okay.
Oh, now he's throwing to the trap. This is a huge amount of damage.
That's super and BP.
Links into the super for the 10% bonus damage here.
Should be death. That was a quick one.
Yeah. Now it's tied up 1-1 for Patapon and Zengi Dream.
So here we go again. It's a really quick round now. It's really ran their offense in like a really dominating way. And getting caught by that.
Gets caught by the spear, trying to run back. Oh, wakes up with throw and gets caught by the teleport. Drops a combo once again.
Yeah, big drop. And with that Patapon does get a combo to get that full Dragon Gauge. Good backdash. The trap is still there. Can't erase it. Really nice read.
Yeah. He sees Zengi Dream hiding. Actually, whip punches the sweep one more time.
Yeah, really good. Empty jumping lightning, but actually hit. Should have killed, but another throw. With empty throw makes it.
Oh yeah. So he's been doing that a lot. That is her reversal DP, and because of the blue flash, it slows down. So your input might come out if you try to fuzzy match, or you see her empty land and you try to throw. So it'll be like everything, and since it's low enough, it's just gonna kill.
Ooh, good challenge. Gets a lot of Dragon Meter there. Gets caught trying to roll that. This is a big starter.
We're gonna get the dust loop.
No, not enough.
Or just single dust.
Dust and even lightning. Throw. Empty into meaty.
Yeah.
And with that Patapon, with some great offense, close that against Zengichi, will send them home.
Yeah, Patapon taking it 2-1. Hugging it out, you know, from the same region. They probably play together a lot.
Yeah. Really good stuff. Now it's up to Patapon to make the dream a reality. Bring the title home for Japan.
Yep.
Okay. Padawan's like, all right, that's enough, buddy.
He's like, all right, man, go cry off stage.
Okay, a cool moment from
it's really awesome that he's comforting him because Zangief Dream a lot newer to the scene. You know, Patapon, he was newer when he started, but like now at this point, especially in like Rising, he's one of the more veteran players. So it's really nice to see him supporting like someone who's a lot newer and like cheering him up and stuff.
Yeah, that's like the meme, right? Where like you play the game for like 1 year, you're an ancient gamer now.
Yeah.
Ancient game, prehistoric gamer.
Yeah, just like just like a fossil encased in like some stone.
Like a little bit of amber. I'm like the mosquito stuck in amber. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just an imprint of like a dinosaur foot. So Patapon will have to go off and fight, I believe, Chemo in top 8.
Okay, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah. And then next we have Elsa versus Zenith. So the other Japanese player, let's see if they make it out.
Yeah, so Elsa had a tough match, right? I think once Saltz was, once they got into that mid-range in the corner, just really dominating offense, just pretty much stopped anything else that had done. So we'll see what kind of adaptations they'll make here.
Yeah, definitely. For Elsa's opponent, Zenith, obviously, they've been staying at the same Airbnb, so they've probably been playing a lot. I'm not sure how the sets have gone, but I do know that like Elsa, I believe, trains a lot with Zane, who is the Grimnir of North America.
Right.
And so should have decent matchup experience. I hear about them labbing against Grimnir a lot. Like they've talked about very specific like spacing-based counterplay. Like there's a specific situation where Grimnir does a space 2-1-4M and presses far heavy afterwards, and it'll crush whatever you do. Elsa said that what you can do in that situation for Versusia specifically is do nothing, like don't block. If you don't block, the first hit whiffs. So because of your hurt box is like skinnier.
Right.
And so that's like the kind of specific counterplay that Elsa is labbing at the level that they're on. So should be an exciting match.
That's interesting, yeah. I guess we'll see if that comes into play here. Because I do know that like if they play it enough, then you do get into characters, like player-specific Yomi, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But that can be a bit of a detriment because like sometimes people revert to their base play style in a tournament just because it's more stable. But sometimes when you see something like that come out, that's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is probably the second to last match, I believe.
Yeah, and then after this, it's PP Man versus 0 Hour, and then after that, it'll be top 8.
Okay. Sounds good. You'll be able to catch top 8 on the main stage, which is, I believe, the different Twitch channel from this one, but FunkyP will still be holding it down here with other tournament matches coming up, so do check them out.
Yeah. So this is definitely a blend check. They got the Elsa on here and Zenith on the sword. He keeps bun checking with the stories as if he's gonna pick him, and he's just kind of baiting people. I did hear that when he lost to Chemo, he played stories in game 2, but like this is like the funny, oh, I'm gonna play this character, haha, guys.
Come on, guys! It's 2025. We don't have to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, in like your first pool, it could work because it's like you're gonna play against someone who's like never seen before, most likely. But when you get up to here, you know, it's a little bit more obvious.
Yeah. I mean, I do think like his stories is quite good. Yeah. It'd be really funny to see him pull it out. Obviously, his Grimnir is a lot better, but his stories is definitely. Oh God! Whoa, he's locking it in.
Okay. You know what, though? I could see why you would play it in this matchup because he's actually really good at Versusia's effective range.
Yeah, and he can, the ultimate Lariat, getting through all of her fireballs and like hitting her is really, really powerful,
Yeah,
right?
It's a really, really powerful option and a high reward one, too.
Yeah. Or maybe he heard us talking about it. He's like, oh, I mean, like, I don't want to seem like a fraud, so I guess I gotta lock it in for the one time.
Yeah, he's got to. I think he heard the stream talking crap about him.
Yeah.
I can't believe he'd say that to me.
Plus frames right away.
The jump goes through. Another plus frame. Yeah, force the BC. Yeah. It's really hard to challenge those. Yeah, the slow one is plus, which leads to a situation like this where you try to match against and take a lot of damage.
And takes that second BP away, not just one. And goes for the 236M is plus, but it's so slow, but he uses it in situations where you're really not looking to react to it at all.
Yeah, he's too scared to do anything. Because you can just like BP because it's a BP.
Yeah.
Said Elsa loses up the last BP and not chip. Also a factor. He's not a bad chipper. What Zenith can do right now is kind of slow play and build to 100 meter, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, gets whip punished.
Even if he
good reaction.
Huge reaction. That heavy dash punch is really, really fast too. So good job staying at the maximum possible range to get that reaction.
Yeah.
However, he is at SSBA range now, so he could
just do it. Yeah.
You might want to do it just so you take a little bit less damage because of the guts. Oh, there's
Ultimate again.
Does it again.
BC's it though. BC back.
No more BB here chip.
Nice spot dodge on that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he connected into the. He went from light into 214H, which is not gapless. If you do it from a medium, it would have been a true block string and you would have gotten the chip. But he just wanted it to come out as fast as possible.
Okay. The X-Punch, catches them not crouching.
Oh, that conversion actually whipping because it's just at too far range.
Walk on the ball. Powers up. Oh, good spot dodge again. I think this is where Elsa wants to be, right? If you can play reactive instead of like preemptive against stories, that helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And that full screen, Versusia has a full screen layer of their own, and it's very, very rewarding in the corner, like we see from this combo. Also taking it 1-0 so far against Zenith.
Yeah, much more dominating that time around, right?
Yeah. Going back to characters, like he's like, all right, I've had enough fun. I'm gonna play Grimnir.
But will that come back to bite them? I do think their swords was fine though.
Yeah, I feel
played
like
well. Yeah.
It went down to pressing the wrong button and then ending up in a scramble situation.
Yeah.
I really think the stories was good, but obviously you want to go out with the character you're comfortable with.
Yeah. I do think Grimnir again really benefits from tall characters.
Yeah.
At least visually. I don't know how much of a difference it makes frame-wise, but definitely better against tall characters, I can tell.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. So I don't see Zenith doing it a lot, but the JU throw bait against, so it's plus enough to combo, but against some characters, if they're too short, it doesn't do all the hits, so you're not able to convert. But if you're tall enough, like Versusia, every hit will connect and you'll be plus enough to combo off of it.
Gets the seals out, Elsa tries to prevent.
No punish right there.
Yeah. Just jumps in, faked it.
Doesn't even use the seal right there.
Yeah, fakes the seal, I like that. Extends the combo. Seals the corner positioning here. Just throw, cheeky. Okay, trying to make some space, but 6XL. Again, has his shield set up.
Take away the BP, get him at one more throw range. Actually, one throw won't kill, but something close.
Ooh.
And just the back throw into the corner.
Okay, this is where you want to be. If your Elsa gets the side switch, get some space as well. But I like the option there from Zenith, right? You know, you're not going to be able to kill for sure, so use that option.
Use using the seals to get out of there.
Frame traps. Okay, good challenge. Maintains breaks up with a butt. Okay. Seals are out. Oh, he uses all of it to steal the corner.
Yeah, Elsa just walking under it, but not blocking in time.
Yeah, good corner steal there. I like that.
Yeah, using the Zenith really using the normal seals really effectively to create space for himself to navigate around the neutral.
Okay, playing very carefully here. There goes Elsa.
drops the combo, but goes in with the lariat right here.
Okay. Yeah, just backed off. Interesting choice though.
Oh, jumps over
yeah.
the ultimate pillar.
I just wanted to say, because you're putting yourself in the seal range. I'm not really sure what the strategy there was, but BC, yeah,
trying to look for the fuzzy, gets the jump in, BC's again.
And BC back to maintain pressure, uses the seal as a frame trap. And with a super here, can steal the last Brave point.
Actually, at this BP, this super should be able to kill. Yeah, it's a Link super, and it's more than enough. And he's really feeling himself, you know, rolling his shoulders, sitting loose.
Okay, we're playing rock, paper, scissors maybe?
Yeah. I mean, if Elsa has a counter pick here that works, we might see the Cagliostro. Don't pick Nier, please.
Yeah, Nier is pretty tough against Grimnir in this particular patch.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's tough because you know that like a lot of what Versusia does, it's pretty challenging just because of how she like does it. And as you are right there, Cagliostro is coming out, looks like.
Yeah.
I really like the call on this patch, but I don't think anyone's playing her at this level right now. But
yeah. So Elsa locking back in with the Versusia, just taking a little moment, I think, to compose himself.
Yeah, there was a moment in that round where I do think they're in position to win it at their offensive workout right there, but kind of forced using a lot of BCs, right? But I understand that completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's Grimnir. If you don't do it, like, the damage that you risk taking from him, like, mixing you up, you could lose the round off of it. So you have to really just try and find a way to spend that BC.
Final fist bump for this particular set, maybe? Or maybe not. I guess they could fist bump mid-match or after the match.
Yeah. Also looking really locked in here.
Yeah, I like that. Look, that's a good fireball. Try to prevent Grimnir from setting up, but yeah, that EX fireball though starts out the offense with the seals. Good block using the G button maybe.
Yeah.
Gets
that cross-up jump in right there.
But that is what you have to do. Okay, good dodge. Locked in, as you said. Forces out to use the meter, but here comes Zen's frame trap.
Killer and the lariat to get him out of there. Now has the buff, back goes into the corner.
Really good spot dodge. Playing patiently here. Ooh, ultimate fireball out of there.
Actually hits the lariat and takes away 50 meter from Elsa.
Just jumps out, comes back.
He's just kind of flying around the screen.
Ooh, good trade. We'll take that advantage. Base the DP. This is enough to kill.
Yeah, with all these resources, Elsa is just a huge laver, so they definitely have a combo that kills here.
Okay, but doesn't have any more resources though. Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
That was a lot of damage.
Yeah. I was like, oh, they can't do a brave thingy, but I guess it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But most of that combos, you're still standing. That's why it's so long.
Yeah, because of the double ultimate fireball.
Okay. The fireball to set up the seals.
Actually crouches under it, but isn't ready to punish. Yeah, trying to crouch under it to bait out the fuzzies.
It's a fireball, like, punish. It drops the combo, looks like. Boom. Oh, trying to be gutsy, yeah. Good challenge from Elsa. Ultimate fireball.
Catching the back end. And getting over the pillar again. Baiting the BC.
Just moving circles around him. Into the corner. Wasn't enough, but it didn't matter.
I like that setup right there. Going for the meaty tornado to guarantee chip, and then doing the down seal dash to do the final hit of chip to chip him out.
This final round, Elsa Zenith. Winner will advance to top 8, loser will not. So he's forced to go home at 9th place.
Mashing out right there.
Okay. Good throw. Gutsy, but worked out, gets the buff. Okay. Ooh, nice. Trades the seals for some damage there. Okay. Rotated in the fireball. Scary.
Now, Grimnir out of seals to play with in the neutral. Never mind, he's got more.
Yeah, slam hit to be able to set them up again. BC's out. Here comes the mix. Good block by Elsa. Throw gets tech late. Dashes in. BC's out. Seal set up. Does not get punished for it. Using regular seals here. Dashes in. Gets combo.
Huge bash.
And that should be enough.
That should be it.
Oh, big drop.
That's a huge drop.
That's a huge
so
drop.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, you kind of want to see.
He actually BC'd the layer, which, all right, and it is -4, but
BC's
just
out.
wants to get him out of there.
This is really scary though. No BC's left and has 0 seals. Any combo probably will kill, even at this life level. Dashes in front side. And I think that's probably enough. Off that big drop
into the SSBA.
My goodness.
Elsa is dead. The look on their face, that's such an unfortunate drop.
Yeah.
Has a game-winning combo.
That's a really tough one because I feel like if they had just done auto combo to super, I think that would have been enough in that situation.
No, I think auto combo super wouldn't have been enough. He still had like 45% or so. So you did need like a fully optimized combo, and they did have the resource for it. And
yeah, for sure.
That combo is not one that they generally do drop. Like it's not.
Yeah, we saw like just the previous round. Yeah.
A very unfortunate drop. You see the look of disappointment, but now they hug it out. Everything's all good.
Yeah, just a tough one. But you know you had enough to make it all the way there, but unfortunately for Elsa, they will be going home at a very respectable 9th. I mean, this tournament is just so stacked this time around, right?
Yeah. And then up next, we've got PP Man versus 0 Hour, I believe. Yeah, PP Man versus 0 Hour. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the last step before we move on to the main stage for top 8.
Yeah, this will be our last qualifying spot for top 8. Let's see who's hungrier.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because I mean, PP Man, we saw in their set was really, really close, right?
Yeah.
But you know, when you come down from windows, sometimes you're a little cold. You never know.
Yeah, that could happen. But like for some, like you might get hungrier a little bit. Like you might want to claw your way back up. So definitely. Yeah, interesting to see.
Because like when you lose, like you're put in the mindset of like, oh, what did I do wrong, right? Sometimes you gotta fix the things you did wrong. But if you're just winning on your way up, you don't have the mindset necessarily, so it can go both ways all the time.
Yeah. So this matchup is gonna be Fairy versus Siegfried. So this matchup is like kind of interesting where I played it a lot with PP Man as well, and also at Arc World Tour, he got some games in with Taro, who obviously is the best Siegfried in the world. And there were a lot of tools that like you had to use in very interesting ways as Siegfried that I had no idea about. I feel like a lot of people I've never seen do that. So, but if you do utilize those tools well, the matchup can swing more in Siegfried's favor. So let's see if 0 Hour knows those tricks. Like I think the big major tool in this matchup that makes or breaks it is the ultimate fireball from Siegfried.
Right.
It's a really, really strong, first of all, it's a strong fireball for beating other fireballs, but also punishing one of the hard to deal with moves, which is ultimate GG. If Fairy uses it, you could actually throw an ultimate fireball and punish her for calling it without the GG reaching you.
Yeah, it's just so fast, right?
Yeah, and the other use case is the ultimate fireball actually has a strike at the beginning of it, so, and it is the highest priority, and it comes out in like 8 frames. So it's kind of like Grimnir close heavy in the sense that you can use it to crush another button, and then it shoots out the fireball. And it's also really rewarding if they're anywhere close to the corner on hit.
Right, because you just tag Fairy trying to do something.
Yeah, if she swings into it, she gets hit by it and then bounces off the wall from like mid-screen.
That makes a lot of sense. And you know, often she is like near the corner anyway, which is how it works in this matchup.
The only other things are that without meter, Siegfried doesn't really have good answers to like getting in. Like he doesn't have a really strong lariat and he's really slow.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that is the thing though, like if you play patiently enough, you can build a lot of meter in neutral against Fairy.
Yeah.
And that can, and knowing that you have such a strong tool waiting in the wings, that can be like having a certain mindset to play it, the matchup.
Yeah, you might end up just kind of like wiggling around, walking to build up that meter from the forward walk meter game.
Yeah, it really kind of depends how you approach it, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
No intro, just going straight into it.
0 hours, starting on patient.
Going for that 2-4H, throwing the fireball. No more resources, kind of has to just sit there and block, jumps back, gets out of the GG.
Yeah, because the other tools, unless you want to do like a Daigo style DP, you're not going to make contact with that, right?
Yeah. Is that 33%? I think I'd like to see more spacings where he's far away enough.
Ooh,
huge
nice.
here.
Okay, starting the offense here. The frame trap with the EX.
Yeah.
It's one of the better starters.
Yeah. Catching the sweep, actually, just like going over the sweep. Usually that doesn't frame trap, but it will beat lows because it hops over them.
Okay, being very respectful here.
Pushing him out back full screen.
It's like, you know, if you throw me, all right, I'll still be winning, you know? Yeah, okay.
There it is.
Just leaves it out there to run into the half air, run into it, and does it again.
Yeah, I like 0R's usage of these heavy fireballs to kind of control the screen space, and then going for the H-slam to kind of either do chip or punish the spot dodge, and kind of control this mid-range here.
Ooh, swung in a GG and gets tagged.
Big
combo there for
conversion
GG,
off
man,
the
yeah.
whip, put back into the corner.
EXGG gets tagged.
Oh, no confirm off of it though.
Ooh. X Fireball mistimes the throw. Nice, there's
the
like you
heavy
mentioned,
fireball.
yeah. Ultimate Fireball, really great option there. Full combo off it. Doesn't have one locked in right now though, but doesn't need one. EX throw. EX Fireball, keep that frame pressure up. Ooh,
Oh, you tried to go for it right there again, but
Beat
just
it
a
up.
little bit too slow.
Good timing there. From PB, man. Stuff that
Catches
up.
him standing. There's ultimate fireball again.
Yeah, beat the ultimate GG just like you mentioned. Has lots of BP to spare.
Just barely not enough to kill. He didn't have enough meter to do another raging chain. But he is at chip.
Yeah,
Just patiently
challenges.
waits out the spot dodge and punishes with 2L.
Good option there, because, you know, the 2L, you know, it could be risky against frame trap, but, you know, if you hit it, or if you force the block even, it's over.
Yeah. Oh, catches the roll. No confirm, though.
Yeah. That's one you like to have back for sure, because it's a big one. A bunch of 6Ls, pressure from 0 hour, but his man does get out of it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, beats the roll. GG just kind of doing whatever they want, away from the action.
Doing a lot more running into buttons from Fairy right now.
Ooh, good dodge.
Yeah, 0 hour holding forward up really hard right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Gets the counter hit, 668 last hit for a full combo. Drops it though.
Speed man, another chance here. Bro. Meaty. Bites in the frame trap. Yep. 0 hour's a little faster.
And cashes out into the super here, taking it again. 0 hour now on set point to get into top 8 loser's side.
Good stuff from Beatman that round. Really had good defense though. 0 hour eventually waited him out.
Yeah. That's such a scary spacing, right? Where you're outside of throw range, so you can't mash your fast throw. And Siegfried has the far light that's going to beat anything if you do it at the same time.
Okay, EXGG. Just jumps back out of it. Playing very patiently right now.
I like that 0 hour is kind of playing outside the range of Fairy's normals and kind of like dash blocking. Oh, and a huge punish once again with the 6-6 age.
Just like last round. Managed to get in with 6-6 age. Ooh, gets back from though. EXGG. Respects it. Ooh, good dodge on the ultimate fireball.
Checking with the far light. There it is again!
Another one. Okay.
Pushing him into the corner with the ultimate here.
Okay, just wants to hold this position. Whips the throw, and that should be enough.
Yeah. Good
Very
whip
nice.
punish with the 2U, giving the 2 hits confirmed. And 0 hour will be taking it going on into loser side top 8.
Yeah, really solid from 0 Hour. Really started to let that 6H started to really rock, right?
Yeah.
Saw that it worked out in that previous round to kind of steal that round, and then he's going to get really effective in this round to kind of get their offense going.
Yeah, I really like the spacing that he was doing it. Like, he was trying to play around the spacing for max space 6H so that he could get that last hit that combos even on normal hit, but also on counter hit.
Yeah, just really, really masterful spacing right there. And speaking of masterful stuff, that is the rest of Granblue Top 24. We're going to move on to the top 8 on the main stage as soon as the next event is over. But, you know, here at FunkyP, we're really holding it down of the game, so do check them out as they come up.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. With that, I'm Shay, Shuabu, the real one this time. The real one this time.
The real Shuabu.
The real Shuabu.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, as always. See you back in SoCal one of these days, probably, as soon as this heals up, but yeah. All right, and with that, see you guys next time. And don't stick around, though. Slashback is still going, so.
Check out all the other streams. Check out the main stage. Granblue Top 8 coming up soon.
All right, see you guys